is ATOMY for you or not, right? Some of the question that comes into me or to my other partners is this ATOMY for us or not, right? So the lecture is not really a lecture, it's more like a fact checks. Is this true to ourselves or not? So the first question is, if the ATOMY is not for you, then it's for whose, right? So if you want to use the products at all, right, even if you don't want to try it, some people, like when I introduced about the product, they said, oh, I'm fine with my product that I'm using, then I don't think I'm going to try ATOMY, but I'm interested in the compensation plan. I think I want to try the business part. Then you know what my answer is? That's okay. So ATOMY is not for you, because our conscious is, how can you share to other people from your heart if you're not even using it? How would you know the benefits or the value of the product that you'll be using, right? Same thing if you're a salesman. How can you sell your product if you are using somebody else's brand, right? Let's say you are an Apple employee, but you are using Samsung Galaxy, right? How can you convince other people to sell? You're not going to be a good salesman. I don't think you'll succeed. So don't even try the business unless you try the products. Well, our product is not just Absolute Skincare or Himohim. We have so many different kind of products that we have to buy at the store, regardless, like toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, right? So if you're using one of those products, I think why don't you give it a try, ATOMY products? If it's not even more expensive, but it's giving better quality or value, why not, right? So the question is, if you are using ATOMY products and you find them, they're beneficial, right? If you're buying them off the supermarket, Walmart, Costco, internet shopping mall, or home shopping channel, give it a try. Try the ATOMY business and see if it works for you. I think, which I already did, and I tried it, and it worked, right? I want you to try it. If this is the first time that you ever heard my presentation or something about the Zoom meeting, maybe you can give it a try, right? There's no risk, there's no pressure in doing ATOMY business. There's nothing to lose, basically, right? So once you decide to do the business, your goal should be to succeed. It's not just doing it, wasting your time or making like a couple bucks in ATOMY. No, your goal should be to succeed. What do I mean by that? So to succeed means you are actually making $50,000 per month as a residual income. So that has to be your goal. It's not just being success. It doesn't mean like you just put food on the table. It's not like that. That's not success in the true sense. It's just wasting your time. Okay, let me just throw you a chart over here. So this is your birth, right? At the age of 0. And when you're 30, what do? You start working, right? But this age, 0 to 30, you're preparing for your life, right? You are either studying, going to school, and you remember all our parents said what? Study hard so you can get to go a good university, right? So you can get a good job, you're getting good income, right? So most people, they work how many years? 30 years after their school, right? 30 years, they become 60 years old. Then this is basically employment life, right? You are putting your entire 30 years that you're preparing for life, then you're putting it in action. You either become an employee or you become an employer. Basically, those 30 years, you are working your ass off, right? So you're working hard that you think that by the time you are 60, you're retired, right? And you have a better life, or at least you can sustain whatever you are living until you pass away, right? The next 30 years, which is the 60 to 90, this is what? Your retirement, right? And I heard now people can live up to 120. So now you have longer 60 years of retirement. So the question is this: if you think that you are just working in the sense of you are just putting food on the table, remember, our health is deteriorating, right? Every year. When we are getting older, we are getting deteriorating, right? We're getting sick and getting older by getting older, right? If we are sick and poor in this old age, right, 62, whatever, until you die, old age, when you are sick and poor, it is a painful torture, right? That's why some people, they think that, oh, I have a great job, I have a good business, restaurant, but they don't think what happened after 60, after they retire. Can they sustain whatever the lifestyle they have, or they want to have a better retirement, right? Think about that, right? Even me, when I hear about this presentation, I was so like amazed. Okay, I wasted so many years just like a rat race, right? Wake up in the morning, drive for 2 hours, work 8 hours, and then come back, do over again Monday to Friday, and then weekends you with family or friends, just like a rat race, right? Have you seen a rat race? You're just going around. So it's basically, that's us. That's why only 1% of people are really, really successful or becoming very rich. Okay, let me draw you like this. So when you are 30 years, on the first 30 years that you are preparing for your life, then another second 30 years, you are in the employment, right? By the time you're 60 years old or retirement, 1% of them, they are very successful. It means they're well-to-do. Money is not an issue to them. They're very, very successful. That's why it's only 1%, you know, like Donald Trump, Bill Gates. So those are the 1% of the population. And the other 4%, they are financially secured. It means they don't have to worry about putting food on the table. Well, they're not rich, but they don't have to depend on somebody else all throughout their lifetimes, right? Those are the other 4%. Then the other 10%, they continue to work and they live paycheck to paycheck, right? They don't have any choice. If they don't keep working, they cannot live. It's basically, they have to live paycheck to paycheck. That's the 10%. Then the other 15%, they pass away. They're old, right? Then the rest, the other 70%, they met the elderly years without money, without employment. This is the other 70%. They have no money, they have no employment, there's no jobs for them. So the conclusion is this, the 1% here, so every one of 100 people, one is very, very rich. Then 4 out of 100 people, they're financially secure. They don't have to worry about money. They're not rich, but they don't have to worry about putting food on the table, right? This is the 5%. But what about this 95%? These are they're called failures in life. So we need to do a soul searching why the majority of the population here are failing. Think about that, right? So we are all lucky to be here because we have the tool, what is called ATOMY, right? If you're in here, which is most of us, we are in the 30 to 60. I know Peter is in the retirement, but anyway, in this moment, this is the crucial moment. Don't stop until you think you have enough for your retirement. Because if you think that today is enough, then by the time you're retired, you won't feel anything that's you think before it was enough. Because remember, the inflation kicks in, right? Every year, 3%. And then all the food, the gas, everything goes up by the inflation. Are you able to sustain your lifestyle or not, right? If it's not, then these are the time that you have to do ATOMY, regardless whatever the reason it is, right? It's actually the best time is when you have a steady job. That means you don't have to worry about putting food on the table because you have a full-time job, right? Do the ATOMY on the part-time, on the side. But remember, even when you're doing ATOMY part-time, you have to have your mindset as a full-time. What do I mean by that? So wherever you go, only open your mouth when you're talking about ATOMY. That's me. I don't open my mouth unless I'm talking about ATOMY, right? Some people try to get away from me. That's fine, because that's my mindset. I have to do ATOMY full-time while I'm having a steady job, right? Don't wait until you lose your job or you lose your hours. Then your mindset won't be in the ATOMY anymore, because you have to fulfill, remember, you have to put food on the table. If you have that, then you don't have the concentration as if that you are having the steady job, right? So think about that. Because building business is not fast. There's no fast or easy business. It takes time. It takes process and faith, right? Patience. So while you're doing ATOMY on the side, if it's not affecting your daytime job or whatever the job or business that you're doing, do it wholeheartedly. Not even 100%, I think 1000%,